and I just body slammed. Shoes flew off, like knocked out. Woke up in the hospital with a broken ankle.
We play games of love to avoid the depression. We've been here before, and I won't be a victim. Why you always in the mood?
Let's do this thing.
Yo,
You
your
ready?
tattoos are sick.
Oh yeah, I've been working on getting my sleeve done. Oh, and dude, so I saw your video actually that you did like 17 questions with 17 magazine.
Yeah.
And in one of them, you said a quote that I have in my arm, which is "The world is yours."
What the f? That's my favorite quote.
Right now, where I'm at, I would just tell them that the world is yours. Anything's possible.
Me too, cause from Scarface.
Yep.
That's where I got it from.
Bro, and tell me why. So I'm going to this, I'm getting fitted for this Saint Laurent event, and fucking Tony Montana, old ass, just like walks past me. I was like, what? At first I was like, who is that? Like, I know who that is. He's wearing like a Paramount jacket. But
Oh yeah,
I almost couldn't
Al
recognize him.
Pacino.
Dude, crazy.
The legend. I love that movie. And I just love that phrase though. The world is yours. And when I heard you say that, I was like, he gets it. That's it. But dude, I was driving down Hollywood. I was actually heading to Tommy's place. And I took a wrong turn, and it was last week, and it was one of those moments where I was like, oh, this is perfect, because I knew I was coming to chat with you. And then like I went down, I think it was Stanley, and I was on Stanley and Sunset, and then like I was looking left and right to check for cars, and you were painted on the entire building side for MCM Worldwide. And I was just like, what the hell? That is sick.
Dude, I honestly, that's crazy you said that, because I didn't even know that was there.
Oh, dude, I have a video of it from when I went inside. Do you want to see what it looks
Yeah.
like? Oh, okay, let me pull this up really quick.
Dude,
'Cause
I've only seen pictures of it.
It was sick. And I was like, what are the odds that I'm about to be chatting with this dude? And then I just pulled up and saw this.
That's the universe, man.
So let me pull it up.
Wow. Someone painted
Is
that?
that Iann Dior? I'm damn sure that it is. What?
That was so good, though. So you're collabing with them or working with them. And then I also know that you've got the Vitali line, the 1212 line that you're doing with them.
Yeah, I just did the collab with Vitali, and then for MCM I was the face of their like spring line.
Oh, sick. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So it was a pretty cool experience. Like flew out to Germany for the first time, and
Nice.
so cold,
Mhm.
so cold. Like
Or like the Munich area? Or
Dude,
where?
where were we? In Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Yeah, dude. Like I've felt cold, but I've never felt cold like that. Like I'd walk outside to like smoke real quick, and my hands were just like cramping up.
LA's made me so like picky with weather because I'm from Reno, Nevada, which isn't near Vegas. It gets cold there. Like there's lots of snow, so like I grew up snowboarding and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I love it. But now when I go back there in the winter, I'm just like, this is miserable. Where's my Cali sun?
I just got into snowboarding too.
Oh, did you? And I know
Yeah.
you skate.
Yeah.
What's the transition like?
So I mean, I skated pretty much like my whole childhood until I was like 14. My mom took my board away because I used to skate like half pipes and stuff in Virginia, and I used to skate at this spot called Mount Trashmore. If anybody watching this knows where that's at, but I miscalculated. I did an air, and I ended up in the center of the half pipe, and I just body slammed. Shoes flew off, like knocked out. Woke up in the hospital with a broken ankle.
I was about to say,
Or
you break anything?
dislocated ankle, and with my mom just staring at me like, "You're done." So I was
She
like,
gave you the look.
Yeah.
You just knew.
you already knew, when your mom gives you that look, you're like, all right, like I know what you're about to say. You don't even need to say it. But yeah, pretty much didn't skate after that. We ended up moving out of Virginia too, so I kind of like ended that. But I went into snowboarding thinking, oh, I skate, like I'm gonna be good.
It's easy.
So easy. Nah. Like, I mean, to a certain
Different
extent,
world.
like the balancing and like all that stuff, yeah. But I forgot that my feet are stuck to the board. So
No freedom.
I did like 3 jumps in a row. The first 2 were like good. I got a little bit of air and I felt like the shit. And I fully committed on the third one. And I basically just like jumped and I just started leveling out like that.
Like a
Landed on the
nosedive?
side. Yeah.
Like, oh.
Helmet flew off. Like winded.
At least you're wearing a helmet.
I
See,
mean,
when people don't do that, I'm like, put on a helmet. I was telling my friend that once, and then she split her head open on her friend's board, and I
Oh
was
my-
like, that's why you
oh.
wear a helmet, because she fell on a jump. Her friend didn't know she fell and was at the top of it, and they rode right into her head. And I was like, I'm not being a jerk when I say to wear a helmet. Literally, don't
dude,
die.
That's so bad. There's like metal edging.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
So they can cut
my
through the snow and
God.
ice. And yeah, that was rough. So you grew up in Texas after you moved, right?
Right. Well, I originally started in Puerto Rico.
Okay, that's where you were born.
Yeah, I lived until I was like 5 or 6. My dad joined the Navy, and then we kind of just moved around a lot. But
Mhm.
I went from Puerto Rico to Texas to Florida to Virginia, and then we went back to Texas.
Nice.
And then from Texas, I came here.
And was it Corpus Christi?
Yeah.
See, and I hit up my friend before this, but he doesn't know you, he said, but he does bass for Mod. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, Joey Alva's his name. And we used to work at Hot Topic together. That's
What
how I
the
met him. And then so
That's
we've kind
sick.
of came up in the music world doing cool stuff together. And so since he's been doing bass, I was like, do you happen to know Ian? Because I'm stopping by his place, and I thought that could be sick. But he's from Corpus Christi as well.
That's so
And
funny.
so
you
I
said
thought that was crazy.
Wait, he's from Corpus too?
Yeah, he's
no.
from there. That's why I hit him up today. And he even hit me back. He's like, I don't know. I don't think we've met, but I didn't know he was from Corpus. So
Seriously.
I was like, small world.
That's like the first for me. I don't like.
Yeah.
You don't ever hear of it. And people don't even know where Corpus is at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's for someone to be there out here, like doing the thing, I fuck with that.
I'm sure you'll cross paths with him because I know you were writing with Monson a couple weeks back.
I was literally just on FaceTime with him a second ago. Like,
Really?
after this, I'm gonna go skate
Oh,
with
dude.
him.
No, is that who you were talking with about skating?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Maybe Joey will be there because Joey skates.
He skates?
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably will.
I'm gonna tell him to go. I'm gonna say go with Mod. You'll see him. He's you'll recognize him. Asian kid, tattoos from the neck down.
And he plays guitar?
Plays bass for Monson. Yeah.
Does he have a girlfriend that looks like kind of like an anime girl?
Oh, Joey, I don't know who your girlfriend is right now. He has several girlfriends from time to time, and I'm gonna cut that part out because I don't know who his girlfriend is.
We'll
right
leave
now.
that out. We'll leave that out. We're
Yeah.
just trying to get our boy caught up.
Yeah. New album is out.
Yes.
On to better things.
Yes.
Absolutely love it, my dude. I've been following your work for a long time, and I love the title with it. It sounds like you're leaving the past in the past, moving forward onto to better things. And this album, though, from your first stuff, from industry to even just all the EPs, you put out so much damn music. It's hard to even remember.
Yeah, I mean, we're already working on the next one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before I'm trying to finish it before I leave on tour.
You haven't even toured on this one yet.
Nah.
Jeez. I grew up a pop punk kid. So obviously when I saw you working like with Travis and then MGK, I was like, this is going to be sick. There's so many different like genres in the album, from kind of pop punk mixing to emo rap type stuff, which I love. So what was your approach musically for this thing? Because it seemed to be so diverse in regards to the different genres.
Right. Musically, like, this was the third album that I made before I put it out.
Really?
Yeah, so there was 2 albums before that where one of them was fully hip hop, the other one was fully pop.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no.
Yeah.
Couldn't make my mind up, so I restarted again. And this was at a time in my life when I was like just going through a lot, like growing up, like trying to figure out like who I am and like, what my future is going to look like or whatever. But, musically, I wanted to blend everything that I was trying to do into one album.
Mm-hmm.
Because like not only did I want to do that, but like I wanted to tell my story in it. I didn't care if there was hits. I didn't care if there was like none of this stuff. Like I truly just wanted people to understand what was going on in my life. So that's why I named it On to Better Things. And like from top to bottom, it's cohesive. I wanted it all to tell the story, and to me, it didn't matter if it went from a hip hop song to a rock song. Like, I think that the storyline is still there. So, for me, it's all the same. And I don't know. I've always had this problem where, like, I'll have a studio session one day and I'll be making hip hop shit. And then the next day I want to do rock. So, like, I have to go to, like, Travis's.
See, my favorite band of all time is Blink-182. And that's just so weird to even hear you say, like, yeah, I got to go to Travis's when I have an idea for this track.
Dude, like, I have to. I either go to his or I'm not sure if you know who John Feldman is.
I know John Feldman very well, which, by the way, I was also reading the writing credits of your stuff, and you worked with my boy Kevin for a couple songs on the album as well. I know K-Thrash from he's in Escape the Fate.
Dude,
That's
yeah,
his band.
yeah.
And I got to know him because I was on Warped Tour for a couple summers with Alt Press, who I just saw you were on the cover of back in September. Mm-hmm. So hell yeah. But yeah, so you've been working with a community of people that I know, which is sick. Feldman is my favorite producer of all time.
Oh, man, dude, he's so good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you the stuff that we've been working on.
Oh, I'd love to. So you're working with Feldy on some stuff?
Yeah, my next single's actually with him.
No way. And
Yeah.
Travis?
Not Travis on this one, but the second single is with Travis.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I know you are into filmmaking.
Yes.
And you didn't know what path you'd lead down necessarily, music, filmmaking, whatever. But one thing I love about your music videos is, like, they feel just as diverse as your music. Like, they're all so different and fun.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I make the song, I like really want people to understand that, like, the music videos is really what's going on in my head while I'm making that song. Okay. Like, I want them to understand what's going on and, tell the story. So, like, for a person that really only listens to, like, the beat versus the lyrics, like, when they watch the video, they can understand the song. Because, I know, like, some people listen to lyrics and some people listen to the beat and some people listen to both. But for those people that just only listen to the beat, then they can understand what's going on.
It wasn't one of your new videos, but Shots in the Dark. I love that video.
Girl, you leaving me scarred. Tear spots hitting me hard. Bricks weighing down on my heart. Got me on
But one thing in particular that I love in it, I'm a huge Oliver Tree fan, all right? And so I got to tell you though, I went to Oliver's house to interview him back in like October. And when I got there, the setup he had us do was he had a damn circus cutout that we stuck our heads through before the chat. Like, I'm like, that's very Oliver.
Yep.
How are we doing today, man?
Doing amazing. How are you?
I'm great. I love this backdrop or this front drop that we are behind right now. It's kind of a throwback, I feel like, to your childhood days almost.
That is true.
You grew up involved in the circus a bit, right?
Yeah, that's amazing that you did some homework here because a lot of people don't know this.
I know you did a version of Let Me Down.
Yes.
You did a version of that with poor Stacy.
I won't come around. I don't mean to be so extra. My brain's on overload.
I noticed in that video, his homie, his alien pal, Lil Ricky, got into a firefight with you on
Yo.
it, which I thought was so sick.
Yeah, dude, he pulled up to the video shoot. He was like 8 feet tall.
He's a tall guy.
He's a really tall guy. He doesn't say many words. Actually, he doesn't really say any words. He's just kind of there, just like waves his like long fingers at you. And
You gonna try to collab with him in the future on a new track? You think is that someone that you're interested in?
Who, Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Oliver.
And Lil Ricky, if that happens.
I've been a huge fan of Oliver since like he's first started popping off, and like one thing I'm a huge fan of his is his videos.
Talk about production, because he, like you, is into filmmaking.
Dude, he's so good.
They are so. I forget which one. I think it's Hurt. He went to the Ukraine to film
Yeah.
it. Did you
That
see the
one was
documentary
crazy.
for it?
No, I didn't see the
It's
doc.
so sick.
Yeah, bro, I don't know, like something about his videos, and like he always has like this like cool dynamic to them, like which like stuff that shouldn't be put together, but he puts it together
Oh, and
so
it works.
well. Yeah,
And you wouldn't even think it could, and you wouldn't even think of it together. But I love it. That dude's a genius. I love Oliver Tree.
love Oliver.
Yeah. So I know that growing up, poetry was a thing that you were into writing. That kind of led you inadvertently to recording a song that popped off. And me, I guess I don't know what it's like to be able to have the expression of writing stuff down to get your emotions out. I started going to therapy finally last summer, and then just being able to be vulnerable and talk about my emotions, I can attest now to how beneficial that is.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what you do when you're writing songs, and especially with On to Better Things, you've always written like deep emotional personal stuff, but it was deeper in this album.
Yeah,
And what's that outlet like for you?
I always say that my music is my form of therapy.
Yeah.
And the beautiful part about it is that I can go into the studio feeling good, feeling like it doesn't matter. I make a song, and it feels really good to know that whenever I put it out, there's people out there that resonate and relate to the like song itself, and it just makes me feel like I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like the best part about like what I do. It's my favorite part, that, and the performing, seeing the fans in person, finally, because I am like in person I'm super chill, I'm laid back, but when I get on stage I like black out. And like I'm not
You don't even remember what happened?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Like truly I really don't. Like I can ask my manager, like after the show, like I'm hyped, I'm like punching my band members, like
Let me know what I'm going on, bro. You just got off.
yeah, like
Oh.
like for real, like I don't know, I'll get off stage, and then like on delay, like we'll be like, oh my god, like you just fucked that show up. I'm like, yeah, it was cool, it's cool, like let's get on the bus, let's go to the next
I
one.
need to
Like
sleep.
yeah, like well, I mean, I usually just be chilling. This time around on the tour buses and stuff, we're watching movies, we're not like partying
nice.
too hard.
Right on.
But yeah, I'll watch the video of the show, and then that's when I'm like what the fuck? I was like, yeah, I just did that. Like being in the presence of 10,000 people, and I'm singing to these people, and I see people crying,
Singing right back too.
You know what I mean? Like that is like the most beautiful thing about all of this to me.
And I'm sure because so much of your career, I feel like, really established itself during a shutdown world.
Right.
So it's got to be awesome to finally be able to hit the stage.
Oh man, I'll never forget the first time I got to like perform Mood, in front of people for the first time was at Lala.
Why you always in the mood? Around like it's brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool.
And that was my first time performing in over like basically like almost 2 years, so I just remember as far as I could see, there's people everywhere. There's people in the trees rocking out. Like I see leaves falling off the trees because the dude
So
is
you know it's a good show.
dude, it was insane. Like I'll never forget that, but yeah.
Dude, I got to ask about Mood then, though, because that's a track that popped off. And it's one of those songs to where, like, when I'd imagine you guys are in the studio, you're like, This thing's gonna be hot.
I can never get attached. When I start to feel I'm unattached, somehow I was in a feeling bad. Baby, I am not your dad. It's not all you want from me. I just want your company.
No.
No.
I mean, we knew it was good, but
Yeah.
like, really, like, we're chilling in my 1-bedroom apartment. It's me, Golden Omer, halftime, and we're just like playing Call of Duty. We decided to make the song, go back to playing Call of Duty. Like, and then like I remember like a week later, like Omer hits me up. He's like, "Yo, this song is like gas," and I was like, "Yeah, this shit is hard, you know, like let's put it out, whatever." But none of us really expected it to go #1, you know, like that's just something that the biggest songs, you don't expect them to be the biggest songs. Like, I mean, Juice WRLD didn't like Lucid Dreams.
And look what that did.
Uzi didn't
I
like
listen to it all
EXO
the
Tour
time.
Life. He hated it, you know. So like those big songs, like you never really know until they come out.
Yeah, which is crazy. And speaking of, you were talking about having lyrics that people can listen to and relate. I gotta say, in listening to your new album, like "Let You," for example, for me, I'm like, let me put that on repeat. Let's do. Wait, is that the circus music video?
Yes.
"Let You." That video is so sick.
Thank you.
This time I know. There's no looking back. It's all in the past. I'll let you go. The love that we had is making me sad. You keep saying.
I love the intro with the miniatures.
Yeah.
That goes into the
Oh,
circus.
that was all Sebastian. I can't even take credit for that. You know, like I had like the circus idea. You know, I wanted to, cause like my whole thing, you know, is like that song is about letting somebody go that I met in a circus, which is LA to me.
That's a
you
good
know,
way to put it.
Everybody's
That's
wearing costumes out here. You don't really know who people are, and they're all trying to put on a show. You know, so for me, I was letting that person go in this world that I'm living in, and that's like what I wanted to do for the video. But the miniatures and stuff, Sebastian,
so sick.
yeah, and rest in peace to him. He recently just passed away.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so shout out to him, dude. He was super talented. He's the one person that really understood what was going on in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'd come to me with ideas for my songs, and like usually I don't let people do that. You know, like I don't even send my music out, but to him I would always send everything to him because like I knew, one, I could trust him, and two, like he just creatively was like that guy for me.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, but I'm glad that you guys will at least have
Those
memories and just those pieces of work to reflect on. And moving forward, I know that you dabble in filmmaking yourself and are interested, so hopefully he taught you stuff along the way, or
No, he
inspires
definitely
you to this
taught
day.
me a lot of stuff, honestly, and I'm dedicating my next single to him.
Oh,
you know?
cool.
I'm editing it and, you know, kind of writing the treatment the way that he would think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's awesome. That's gonna be special.
Yeah.
And I need to ask the song "Heavy" at the start of it, because my name is Nick, and it sounds like at the start someone says, "Nick, you're so stupid." what is that? What it says?
Yeah.
Nick, you're stupid.
There's a place that I go in my head when I don't really want to be here.
That's Nick Mears' tag. So that was his girlfriend.
that.
Yeah, that's so funny. I'm so sorry. I wasn't calling you stupid.
I thought it was a shout out to me. I'm not the smartest guy, but I heard that and I was like, does it sound like she's saying, "Nick, you're stupid"? Because I'll take it. But what's your favorite track on the new album? I'm sure it changes from time to time.
Yeah, it really does. Right now I love I Might, but you know, for like a personal song, I love Obvious.
Yeah.
You know, cause I don't think I've ever said this, but like when I wrote that song, that's when I was really fucked up and, you know, just on a bunch of stuff. And in the beginning of the song, I'm talking to God, you know, now can you hear me when I call your name? It's kind of scary.
It's like I'm calling it dead. And late at night when I'm thinking about it, I get chills. It's horrible.
So like I'm talking to God in the beginning, and, you know, throughout that song, like I was just picturing my whole life. You know, I had this, so I was supposed to shoot a 2-video short film with Sebastian for Hopeless Romantic and Obvious. And we had this whole treatment, but like for Obvious, basically going through all the phases in my life. And it was like, because that's what I saw when I was recording the song. But yeah, I mean, that song is just super personal to me. I love it.
So with I Might, because I know, what is it? Dior shades, they cover my eyes.
Dior shades, they cover my eyes. I'm with a shawty with a mouth full of lies. I do this to myself every time. I said I won't, but I'm lit and I might.
Where'd the name Iann Dior come from?
So Iann Dior came as soon as I left my hometown, and I got hit up to move to LA. Iann's my middle name, and I wanted a fresh start. I hated who I was in my hometown.
Okay.
You know, I didn't want to have that small town mentality anymore. So while I was on the plane, I took my middle name and I took a brand that I could never afford, which was Dior, obviously. And yeah, at first, you know, like it was weird. You know, I had to get used to being called Iann, and I didn't think that it was like gonna work, but it ended up working out. So you know, here's Iann today.
Yeah, but I noticed the writing credits you use your name.
Yeah,
Why's that?
it's just for me.
Okay, cool.
You know, like that, he's still there.
Uh-huh.
You know, so and he's the one that's telling his story. Ian's just the one vocally spreading it to the world.
That totally makes sense. I think that's awesome. Were you ever a Warped Tour kid? Did you ever go to Warped Tour?
Nah, my parents were super strict growing up. Never been to a concert until the day I performed.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like, I remember being on that stage and like just this like overpowering feeling of like fans screaming, and that it's just like history after that.
That's crazy. I did not realize that. But
Yeah.
what a way to kick off into the live music world.
Yeah, and I mean, it was my first tour. Like the first show was in Atlanta. I'll never forget it. It's probably like 1,000 people there, but like they were just screaming, yeah, yeah. And I just remember getting like overwhelmed. Like I started like freaking out. Like I wanted to just run out there. And
That's when you know that's your name officially.
Yeah, like I didn't know what I was gonna do when I walked out there, but I knew I was gonna run out there. Like I wanted to just run and just jump straight into the crowd. But yeah, I'll never forget it, dude. That was a beautiful moment for me.
That's awesome. And I got to ask about your relationship with MGK, because he's killing it in the kind of bringing the pop punk world back a bit.
Yeah.
And you guys, you've worked a lot together now. Like I think on 3 separate releases, 2 of yours, and then on Tickets to My Downfall.
I've been losing my mind, trying to figure it out, but I'm stuck in a drought. I guess I'll start again.
I've been losing my mind, trying to figure it out, but I'm stuck in this house. I am my only friend.
Yeah.
What's that relationship like with him, and how's that gone in the past few years?
First of all, he's an amazing dude. Like from the second that I met him, you know, like we just clicked. And I remember like the first week we met each other, 3 days later we're in a mall skating, like skate like all in the stairs, like getting chased by security guards, like, and it was just like, I don't know, he like quickly became one of my best friends. And he's just like, I don't know, like musically and like physically, he's just so like, it's like the way he acts on camera is the way he is in person.
Yeah.
There's no like, he's not acting anything, you know, like that's him.
What's Trippy like in person?
Trippy, he's exactly what
Is
you
he?
think. Yeah.
That dude seems so cool and like
Like-
fun.
You used to say you're in love, but you're not, and that's okay. And now I'm playing fair with your heart. Shorty, my Mona Lisa, love all of her features, yeah. She a fine work of art.
He'll come off as like I don't fuck with you. Like he's just like to himself, like his eyes are always like. But once you get to know him, he's like super nice and he's actually really funny.
And then that tour's coming up. The one with MGK, Trippy is on it, I think, as well.
Yeah, he's doing a couple dates.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. And then Avril Lavigne, and then a band that I know, Paris, they're going out as well. And that's going to be a wild tour. Travis Barker's jumping out on it as
Yeah.
well.
I'm very excited for that. It's gonna be my first arena tour, so should be pretty exciting. And you know, I remember vividly every day. This was like junior year, I think, 2014. Yeah, junior year was when Forest Hills came out, J. Cole's album, and he dropped his documentary. And every day I'd come home and watch him perform in Madison Square, and I didn't even like know that I wanted to be an artist yet. You know, I obviously like I loved everything about him, and like I loved that he could tell a story and all that stuff, but it hadn't hit me yet that that's what I wanted to do. But I would go home and I'd stand there like as I was a little kid playing Xbox, like this close to the TV.
Good, you're an Xbox guy. I hope still to this day.
Yeah.
We're going to have to cut this shit. Okay.
No, but yeah, dude, I'd like come and I'd watch it on repeat, just like him performing. And I remember like the set was him sitting on his hometown roof, his hometown like old house. He made like a whole model of it on stage, and he would just sit on the roof and perform. And like it just hit me in a way that like I've never been touched like that by music. So like I'd sit there and I'd watch it over and over again. Madison Square Garden. I would just like dream, like, what does it feel like to be in front of that? And now on this tour, we sold it out 2 nights in a row. So it'll be the first time that I get to actually experience that, and I'm super excited.
That's rad. That's a great milestone, and that's gonna be a special moment for you.
Yeah, I mean, I have this like dream board where I write all the things that I want to do, and in like 2023 or 2024 was when I said I would perform Madison Square Garden.
You're ahead of schedule.
Had a schedule, dude. So
What else is on that board that you want to try to accomplish? Anything if it's not too private?
I mean, you know, I want to have a clothing line. You know, one day.
And you have such good style.
Thank you.
Like, seriously, I'm just in here wearing a gray shirt. You got freaking Mickey and Minnie doing whatever on your shirt and stuff. But I feel like that's right in line, and especially because you've been working with some brands already. That just seems like it makes sense.
I've always been a huge fan of like clothes. I'd spend my whole check, you know, when I would work. I used to work. I had a bunch of jobs. Like my last job was UPS, and every single time I got that check, it would be gone because there was a pair of sneakers or a pair of jeans or a shirt that I wanted, and I needed to get it. So, like, to have this platform now, like, it's kind of opened me up to, like, really have my, like, style the way I want it. And, you know, yeah, one day I want to, like, start that clothing brand, maybe.
I know acting's down the road,
Yeah.
which you give really good performances even in your videos, which I'm sure you have a lot of fun with, because
yeah.
that's what's so cool about how diverse they are. Is there's such different settings for you to kind of almost be different personalities and characters within
Yeah,
them.
and the crazy thing is like, as a little kid, you know, I'd be in the backseat of my mom's car and I'd always tell her, I'm moving to LA. And her famous quote was, you better get a good job. And I'm like, no, Mom, I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a huge movie star. And she would just be like, okay, like, if that's what you want to do. So, like, you know, having that dream as a kid to, like, now, you know, I'm not acting yet.
You're a little busy, too, doing some cool stuff in the meantime.
Yeah, you know, like, the music came out of nowhere. So, you know, having the music and, like, being able to, that's why I direct my videos.
Yeah, which ones have you directed?
Basically, everything from On to Better Things. And, you know, I've, like, directed, like, here, like, I always give my input. Whenever I have my song, I don't go to a director and just give them the song, like, here.
You got the idea in your head. You know what you want.
I send the song with the treatment that I have already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, make this make sense. So, like, that's what, like, I've always done. But, like, from On to Better Things and on, like, that's whenever I really started to direct everything. Like, hands-on, like, doing a shot, going back to the chair, watching the take. Okay, let's do it again. Move the camera here. Like, or let's change the lens. You know, like, just, like finally, like, getting to, like, have it exactly how like
what your vision is.
Yeah, how I dreamed. And you know, the beautiful thing about having the music now is that I get to act in the videos.
Exactly.
You know, and it helps get my confidence and like just like the whole thing down for like the acting. And yeah, you know, the plan is to like maybe in like next year, maybe this year, you know, I've been doing auditions.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've been
nice.
Doing a couple. I've gotten a few that, you know, I had them, and I didn't want that to be my debut. You know, I want like my first debut in the acting world to be, you know, a big deal. And, you know, that's just me being me. You know, that's what I want.
No,
so,
fair enough.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe this year, next year, I'll have something out, or you know, it'll be in the works. But from acting, I want to just be a director for
That's
the rest
great.
of my life.
So what if you were to direct films? I mean, what were you growing up watching, or something along the lines of where you're like, that's the kind of movie that I want to be involved with?
Tim Burton was my guy growing up.
That's Tommy's guy.
He's the bro. I mean, you know, like, he's the reason why, you know, I have, you know, a bunch of kids signed to me in creative, you know, and I have this one claymation kid that I fucking love because he reminds me of Tim. And I don't know, just like watching his films growing up, obviously like Night Before Christmas, like that whole claymation movie is so fucking good. But like my all-time favorite was Edward Scissorhands. You know, that's like where the crazy hair came from, and like,
Oh yeah.
like I wanted to be him.
Oh, visually that movie is
It's
stunning.
beautiful.
It's so cool.
It's beautiful, yeah. I mean, see that Johnny Depp is who I portray to be.
Yeah.
Like in a couple of years.
You need to get him on a song. He's always out here playing. I think he does music with like Marilyn Manson and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
he be
some
out there.
crazy stuff. So anything else you got planned in the immediate future? Sounds like new music. There's a tour coming up. You're just keeping busy.
Yeah, it's trying to stay busy, you know. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to keep it, because if I'm not moving around and I'm not doing anything, I'm thinking. When I'm thinking, you don't want to be around me.
No, no, but that's awesome, dude. I would suggest. I saw that you hate sushi.
Well, okay. All
Try
right.
sushi.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
It's hard to want to hear you out
Okay,
with this topic.
My girlfriend's been trying to ease me into it. I was in Miami. It was whatever they're called, where it's like cooked
Like
shrimp.
tempura
Yes,
stuff? Yeah,
tempura.
yeah.
I ate a tempura. I liked it.
Okay.
It was good. It was
Easy start, easing
exactly.
in,
I'm easing into
in.
it. I wouldn't say I hate sushi though. It just kind of freaks me out, just a little bit. Like,
Bro, we were shoving our faces with sushi yesterday.
like I don't know. I've never been like a cold food type of guy. So like that's the one thing that I'm easing into. I like a hot meal, like every time. And it's also raw, so that's
You're gonna be hungry. We need to stop talking about it. But dude, you got to try some tempura rolls, baked salmon.
baked salmon. That sounds gas.
Yeah,
I
it
I
is.
like seafood. I just I'm scared of the raw food, just a little
For
bit.
now, until
For
the
now.
girlfriend eases you in enough. Next chat, you're
she's
gonna.
working her way into it.
We'll bring sushi in to the next chat, and we'll just be eating it the whole time. It'll be
Yeah.
awesome. But dude, I'm really stoked for all the success that you've had. It's
Thank you.
awesome. I appreciate you talking, dude. Congrats on to better things, and exactly on to better things. Make 2022 a great year.
Thank you, man. It's nice to meet you.
Woo! Anything else we want to cover, or did that pretty well take it?
I mean, for all my fans that are watching, new single on the way. We're about to shoot the video for it.
You're gonna be directing this one?
Yes, I will be. And yeah, I'm excited to see you guys on tour.